Hello and welcome. It's Narissa Bradley here, and I'm honored, absolutely honored, to have Kathy Smart with us today.
Thank you.
Kathy is a registered chef, holistic nutritionist, owner of Live the Smart Way, and best-selling author. And she's, of course, known as North America's gluten-free expert.
Thank you.
So excited to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Kathy, let's just jump right in.
Yes.
So you are a celiac.
I am a celiac.
Yeah.
I've been a celiac since I was 12 years old, so I'm going to be 36, so you can kind of do the math. So I've been a celiac for quite a long time, before it was really known or talked about very much.
Okay. So when did you discover that? What was the process like for you of diagnosing that?
So what it was like for me in the process was, ever since I was a very young girl, I was a really sick child. So I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of fatigue, and I really had a difficult time thriving as a child. I can remember I wouldn't even go to sleepovers because I was afraid to have an accident. And when you're little, that's very scary. And the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong. And my mother, God love mothers, because she never stopped looking for answers. And she brought me to a naturopathic doctor, and I was 12, and he diagnosed me with celiac disease. So the process was a lengthy process, but when we finally found out what was causing me to be so ill, it was like, boom, a light bulb went off.
So what happened after? What opened up for you once you were diagnosed?
Once I was diagnosed, my parents were ministers and missionaries, and they brought me up to always have a mentality that you're here on this earth to help others. You're here to help others. And the reason I bring that up is when I was 12, and I realized how if I changed what I ate, I could change my life, and I could do the things that I've always wanted to do that I couldn't do before because I was so sick. I decided right then and there, I want to help everybody and teach everybody how they can live healthy and live gluten-free, and if they're dealing with food allergies, that they're not alone. Because when you do have a food allergy or a celiac disease, you feel alone, because food is a comfort. It's something that everyone can have, but to have fear related with food, it's a very different thing. So I dedicated my life right there to help others, and
the rest is history.
The rest is history, yes.
Amazing.
Really.
The next question that I have for you is, we know that there's celiac disease, and
Yes.
there's something called gluten sensitivity or an intolerance, and so many people think they might be celiac, but they could really have a sensitivity. What is really the difference between the two, and how do you know which is which?
That's a great question. So the first thing, celiac disease is an autoimmune disease. So when you eat gluten, it's not that gluten is damaging things, it's your body's reaction to the gluten. It's your immune system's reaction to that gluten. It reacts by damaging the small little villi in your small intestine and tissue damaging it and making it flat. So you have a lot of vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Gluten intolerance, when an individual eats gluten, takes it in, the body reacts not as an autoimmune disease, but as inflammation. So the tummy will be sore, they'll have inflammatory symptoms perhaps in their joints. So it's different because one is autoimmune and one is an inflammatory reaction. So if someone suspects that they have celiac disease, the last thing you want to do is go gluten-free.
Yeah.
Because you need to get tested by your doctor. And that test is only valid if you've been eating the gluten protein. So if someone suspects you have celiac, get tested. If it comes back negative and you feel better gluten-free, perhaps you have a gluten intolerance. And I would say do 30 days. Go 30 days gluten-free, see if you feel better. Your body will tell you.
Yeah.
You'll have less pain in the joints, less digestive issues.
Amazing. I've never heard it explained so well and so clearly the difference between the two.
Good.
So effective for people that might have it or think that they have it.
Yes.
Or those that have family or friends that might be dealing with these symptoms to know how to manage it effectively. So great.
Thank you.
So great. So, you're on the go, you're traveling, you're here with us today, you're going to be flying somewhere else tomorrow. How do you travel and eat well and stay healthy?
That is such a great question. And I do it too. I do it. So the way that I travel gluten-free is I have little snacks with me. So I have little packages of almonds. I'll have little containers of tuna. I'll have little nut bars. I'll travel with, little vegetable juices. I prepare for it. I even came out with my own breakfast cereal line because I noticed breakfast was really hard when you have celiac disease, what to eat. And so I just prepare for it. And I just pack for it. And as soon as I land, no matter where I am, I always find a grocery store and I get fresh fruits, fresh veggies, look for proteins, nuts and seeds, and I'm good.
And on top of that, when we're talking about, gluten-free, and, there's this misconception or this idea for those that might have a gluten-free lifestyle or that those that, are celiac. How do you eat well, eat healthy, make food taste good like you do so well, and do that efficiently with your time? Because it can take so much time to, prepare your own food and get that set and get that ready. What advice do you have for listeners? What do you do? Yeah.
Keep it simple. So keep it simple. Even in your meals, just keep it really simple. Some steamed broccoli, some chicken baked in some honey and some curry and some coconut oil. Really simple ingredients, and a baked potato. Keep things simple. Back to basics, I like to tell people. And you can cook healthy meals in about 20 minutes, no problem. And that's what I do. And I like to tell people, too, to prep ahead of time. So take a Sunday, 1 or 2 hours, and make all your meals up. You'll save so much money, you'll be eating healthier, and you'll feel better, too.
Yeah. And saving the stress.
Oh, absolutely. And I honestly think that there is no easier time than now to eat healthy. And the reason why is grocery stores are making it easier for us. You can buy veggie trays already done for you, cut up veggies. Your veggies for stir fries already cut up. You can buy your chicken that's ready to go in 20 minutes, hummus to go. Like, it has never been so easy. So really, I say, go back to basics. Shop on the outside of your grocery store too.
Beautiful. Great tips for that.
Thank you.
Amazing. So sounds like preparation, planning, and just being in action about it.
Absolutely.
Gives you that freedom that you're looking for.
And to not take the role that you're a victim. Because there's two roads. You can even, oh, poor me, or you can be like, you know what? There are so many awesome foods that I've never tried that I'm going to try now. So I think a lot of it, too, is your mental attitude. For anyone that's been newly diagnosed or that has food allergies, I get it, but see it as an exploration.
Yeah. Beautiful. And just shifting that, that mentality to exploration versus victimhood can make such a difference for people.
It can make a huge difference for people. My little niece actually was just diagnosed with celiac disease. She's 7, and she was thrilled. She was thrilled because now she's like Aunt Kathy. And my other little niece, she now wanted to be diagnosed with celiac because she wanted to be cool too. And I say that all to say it's all in, if a child's being diagnosed, it's all in how you portray it.
And respond.
And respond.
Yeah.
So, let's have a gluten-free party.
Yeah.
Let's make gluten-free cookies. Like, make it something fun.
What does a regular day look like for you?
Getting
up in the morning, going, maybe on a show, maybe on an interview like this one.
Sure.
How do you end your day? What does that look like?
That's a great. How about we do a day in the life of Kathy Smart today?
Amazing.
Okay.
Sounds great.
So this morning I woke up and I'm traveling, so I brought my cereal. It's a quinoa cereal with maca in it and chia seeds in it. So maca is really good for energy. Chia seeds really good in fiber, high in fiber. Sorry, quinoa is very high in protein. And I also bring with me some hemp protein. Right, because celiacs or gluten intolerant people really need to make sure they have at least 25 grams of protein at every meal. And then, so then I did a live TV spot. And then after the TV spot, I had an orange with a big handful of almonds. And then 2 to 3 hours later, I did another TV spot and I went out and I found myself a smoothie, not a sugar-laden smoothie. I told them exactly how I wanted to make it. There was protein in there, fruits, and I bought a nice veggie juice. 2 to 3 hours later, I had a vegan protein bar. I'm not a huge protein bar fan, but sometimes when you're traveling, it's helpful. and later I'm going to have a big salad with some nice sliced steak on it with a nice baked potato. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, there's my day.
Like an awesome day.
Yeah, and notice there's protein at every single
Yeah.
meal and every single snack, because even if it's gluten-free Danish, it's still a Danish. Because protein is what's going to help rebuild your small villi that get damaged when you have celiac disease, not cookies or muffins that are gluten-free.
Got it. Amazing. So, what is one of the hardest things you've had to overcome in being celiac?
Wow, that is a really good question. I know what it is too. People not taking me seriously. I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
Just till now, but I remember a time when people are like, this is literally what it would be. Oh, you can just have there's just a little bit of gluten in it. It's just a little bit of flour. I said, no, you don't understand. It's like you have to treat it like a peanut allergy, right? And so before there was a lot of education and awareness about celiac disease, people didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
So that does not happen anymore, because I've made sure that has, I preach it. But that would be the biggest challenge back in the early days. Yeah, back in the early days.
Great. And it's amazing that, you are that voice for people that are living with it, sharing that message and making sure that the awareness is being increased and just out there for the world. Amazing. Coming down to our last question.
Yes.
What advice do you have for Canadians living with celiac disease or a gluten sensitivity?
The advice I would give you is to have fun. And that might sound bizarre, but have fun trying new foods, experimenting with foods, and to think outside of the box. Use black beans to make brownies. Use avocados to make pudding, and see it as a way to take back your health and to take back your life. Like, how awesome is that you have a disease that you actually have a cure for? It's awesome. The cure is eating delicious, healthy, gluten-free foods. I think that's fantastic.
And maybe even substitutions.
Absolutely.
In the middle of that, yeah.
And, you'll find some delicious recipes and have fun. And it's funny is to say have fun with it, but yeah, have fun with it. Experiment.
That's amazing. Such great advice. Not something you hear all the time. It's be careful and manage. But having fun makes the biggest difference for your stress management,
Totally.
for just your ease in life.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes, and this is
great.
the best time to be a celiac.
Yeah.
Trust me.
You would know.
I would know. There's bread now you can have that tastes delicious.
Yes. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Kathy,
Oh
for
my
being
gosh,
here,
thank you
for
for having me.
sharing
It's
with
my
us all
pleasure.
today.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.